Do you believe in any of those weird signs from beyond? You know, finding feathers or dimes and then thinking you're getting a message or seeing a cardinal? I'll have to say, I never gave it much thought until, of course, I was in grief, and then I gave it a lot of thought. And I can remember personally sitting down, sobbing my eyes out, and just begging my husband, who'd passed away, give me a sign. Please let me know you're here. And, you know, he was a baseball fan. He loved the Toronto Blue Jays. So I said, oh, you know, send me a blue jay. And literally I meditated and opened my eyes. And there on the deck were two blue jays. Okay, maybe it was coincident. I don't know. But another time I was sitting at the piano. He was a jazz pianist and he taught me a very cool chord. And I was sitting there playing this piece and I couldn't remember the chord. Again, sobbing my heart out, like, please give me the chord. Not only did I get the chord, but I got a sense or a smell of his aftershave. And that really, I've got to say, it freaked me out a little bit. I stopped playing, I got on my hands and knees and I smelt the keyboard. I'm thinking maybe, because it was very early after he died, maybe there was a little bit of that on the keyboard, but no. And it happened twice. It happened twice only when I was at the piano, his happy place, that I got this smell of his aftershave, and it was actually quite comforting. It was like he was right there with me on the piano bench, which was beautiful. And I've had a couple more things. You know, when I was in England, I was walking around Paddington Cemetery. I know it's kind of a weird thing to be walking around, but it was actually very near my Airbnb and it was beautiful. And I was feeling a bit sad about my mum. I hadn't got over to see her before she died. She died in COVID. And she used to like robins, birds. And I was walking around and I was a bit teary and I said, Mum, you know, send me a sign. Could you please send me a robin? So of course I'm expecting to see a little robin land on a gravestone, but no, I looked down. Literally, I stopped to pick up a tissue because I was teary from my bag. I looked down and on the grave next to me were 4 little white plant pots with robins all around them, and it just blew me away. It's like, wow, she's right here with me. And again, I know people are going to go, just coincidence. It's what you believe and what's comforting for you. And they all sound weird. When my friend was dying from Alzheimer's, I was sitting with him holding his hand, and they were giving him some drugs to make sure that he was comfortable, and they were putting him into a palliative sleep. And as the nurse was describing this to me, and I said, yes, I'm really aware they did this for my husband. At that very moment, her phone rang with my husband's ringtone. It's like, oh, geez, it's like he's here. And then I was holding my friend's hand as he's dying, and my Fitbit, which normally you have to press to get anything light up, went 1111. For any of you know, that's an angel number. Another time I was sitting, when Brian was alive actually, and we were sitting down, and all of a sudden he got up and he played St. Louis Blues. Now, this was a tune I played with my dad all the time, and I played it with Brian and my dad before they both died. And Brian had picked the very day that my dad had died, the anniversary and the time to just get up and play that. He didn't know. It was like my dad was there. So I seem to be collecting all of these sort of little strange, weird senses or messages from beyond. I'm taking that as people are still around, their energy's with me, it's comforting to me. I don't know if you've had any. I know people see cardinals and all sorts of things, but they are kind of strange, aren't they? I would love it in the comments if you tell me if you've had any, because for me, I just think it's fascinating that perhaps they are little signs that our loved ones are still with us. That's how I'm taking it anyway.